These results are really significant because what we've managed to demonstrate inside JET is that we can create a mini sun, the right kind of mini sun, hold it there for a sustained period and get really good performance levels.
With the potential to power stars, offering practically limitless energy with no carbon emissions, nuclear fusion is incredibly promising. Contrary to the present sources of energy, fusion leaves no long-term radioactive waste. Germany's research facility, bringing the world a step closer to the goal of fusion power, which is an unlimited source of clean and renewable energy, has unveiled a fusion reactor. Is nuclear fusion the future? How does Germany's new reactor work? Join us as we explore the new nuclear fusion reactor in Germany that shocked the world. How Germany's nuclear reactor works. Recently, scientists at Germany's Max Planck Institute for Plasma Physics achieved a groundbreaking milestone in their mission to develop a nuclear fusion reactor, often called a holy grail by physicists. Fusion involves connecting atoms rather than separating them, unlike conventional nuclear fission reactors that generate hazardous radioactive waste. In late 2015, the experimental reactor called the Wendelstein 7X Stellarator made its debut. Resembling a donut-shaped core, this innovative device is designed to hold plasma formed by colliding hydrogen atoms. Scientists were able to increase the temperature of the plasma to an astounding 100 million degrees by subjecting the plasma to intense microwave blasts. The nuclei of the atoms fuse at this extreme heat, producing helium and generating energy in a process that mirrors the sun's core. In an exciting moment, the reactor illustrated its ability to maintain a loop of helium ions at 1,000,000 degrees for a short but conspicuous tenth of a second. With 18 times more energy supplied to subsequent experiments, the plasma's temperature soared to an intense 40 million degrees Kelvin, which was 4 times hotter than previous times. For context, the sun's surface temperature is only 5,505 degrees Celsius, which accentuates the immense power of the stellarator. Fusion energy emerges from the fusion of atoms, presenting a promising and cleaner future. Unlike the reliance on the breakdown of large atoms by conventional nuclear energy, except for the presence of radioactive panels lining the reactor's interior walls, fusion doesn't produce the same radiation issues, contrary to atom-splitting power. This new reactor, 5 meters in height and 15 meters in width, is a leap towards harnessing safe, clean nuclear energy with the potential to transform our energy landscape. As an extraordinarily clean way to generate electricity, fusion stands out. If trying to deliver a powerful kick, equivalent to about 100 million degrees, a special machine would be required. There are 2 promising types of this special machine: the Wendelstein 7X or W7X, and the ITER nuclear reactor. Electromagnetic fields from plasma are used to keep charged particles in check by the W7X. The W7X, a stellarator, maintains control with magnetic coils, unlike conventional methods like MIT's Alcatraz C-Mod tokamak, which resembles a jelly donut. The W7X's 15-meter-wide machine appears to be a potential bridge offering longer periods of energy generation, despite not matching the output of tokamaks. The ITER nuclear reactor. Another emerging technology that paves the way for a new era in nuclear fusion is the ITER nuclear reactor. As strange as the idea of nuclear reactors may sound, they have been around for a while. Nuclear fusion played a risky role in making the world's first extremely dangerous hydrogen bomb in the 1940s, which was completed in 1952. Irrespective of the splendid start that fusion energy kicked off, it still hasn't reached its full potential for sustainable development. Fortunately, with Germany's innovative invention, chances are increasing. Potentials that the nuclear fusion reactor holds for us. This big invention could be such a game changer that might prevent us from relying on the sun for energy. Beyond offering clean energy on Earth, fusion could bring about achievements in space as well, such as building giant spaceships from the massive energy it produces and powering the spaceships without the need for faraway stars. It took 19 years to build the W7X invention. This powerful tool aids us in learning about important stuff for future fusion power plants, Although it doesn't create electricity on its own, it could be termed a significant upgrade from its older version, the Wendelstein 7AS. It took a little break for upgrades after 2 successful phases and returned in 2022. It reeled its power, slowly but surely, to attempt running a special plasma activity for 30 minutes non-stop. This serves as an insight into how a future fusion power plant can function endlessly. The German scientists turned on this masterpiece, creating super-hot hydrogen plasma. One could liken it to a donut-shaped gadget zapping hydrogen atoms with microwaves, making them incredibly hot at 100 million degrees. This entire activity imitates the ongoing process in the Sun's core. The only difference is that the W7X is 7 times hotter than the Sun. The Wendelstein 7X, like a tiny star, showed it could keep helium ions very hot for a bit in 2015. Considering that the Sun's surface is 5,505 Kelvin, and the heat of the W7X was later cranked up to 40 million degrees Kelvin, which makes the Sun's heat seem ridiculously low, one could only imagine how hot the experiment was. ITER nuclear reactor. Set to transform the world of nuclear fusion power, the ITER nuclear reactor is another groundbreaking technology that is presently being constructed at Cadarache, a French research center that deals with nuclear power. Imagine a gigantic machine, the world's first and largest of its kind, being informed to generate 500 megawatts of power. Through the fusion of 2 hydrogen types, deuterium and tritium, generating 10 times the energy needed to operate the ITER, 500 megawatts of power is achieved. By the estimated time of completion in late 2025, the invention is expected to stand at a height and diameter of 100 feet each. In addition to being the grandest magnetic confinement plasma physics experiment, it will also be the largest experimental tokamak nuclear fusion reactor globally. Despite tokamak's incompleteness, information is available on how they work, how tokamak and Wendelstein 7X work. The Wendelstein 7X, standing at approximately 3.5 meters tall, boasts 50 superconducting magnet coils, following a parallel marvel in the form of a stellarator. The stellarator locks plasma in a captivating, twisting, and spiraling configuration, unlike the conventional donut shape of a tokamak. Induced by a transformer-like setup, the electrons and ions are arranged to flow around the tube in an electric current. This current creates a vertical looping magnetic field, joining easily with the existing field along the tube's length, giving rise to the important spiraling field lines. All in a chase to unlock the potential of nuclear fusion, forces and elements dance fascinatingly. Nonetheless, the tokamak outshines its counterparts in plasma retention. Smoother particle pathways, a feature that sets it apart, are facilitated by the symmetrical design of a tokamak. The tokamak is easier to build than a stellarator, but it is harder to operate. Using magnetized rings and liquid metal pushed by pistons to compress and contain the plasma or collide the atoms in a linear accelerator is part of other approaches. M. Mitchell Waldrop reported for Nature. Aside from its peculiar design, the W7X boasts a complicated structure with numerous twists and turns. This oddity arises from the magnetic field employed to confine plasma within the device. This stellarator's contraption uses a complex three-dimensional arrangement of coils and loops to navigate the tumultuous journey of hot plasma, maintaining stability throughout the loops. It could be imagined as a gigantic optimized donut, a feat of engineering complexity. Intriguingly, this shape draws inspiration from the inaugural stellar radar, created by astrophysicist Lyman Spitzer in 1951. Spitzer's initial invention, resembling a figure 8, made way for the Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory, PPPL, in New Jersey. The lab shifted to a simpler method over time, organizing the evolution of astral exploration. On the contrary, stellarators often lose microscopic particles, posing a challenge that has fueled fusion studies since the 1970s and produced monumental projects like the ITER reactor. Graphite tiles were used to enhance the W7X on its internal wall. This innovation increases internal temperatures, improving its capability. The internal lining, called a diverter, shields the twisting chamber walls as well as empowers operators. It also offers precise control over hydrogen plasma density and purity by allowing for the injection of plasma at higher temperatures. A testament to the feasibility of stellarator-type fusion reactors for power facilities is the optimization of the Wendelstein 7X. Extensive theoretical and computational efforts were invested in crafting a magnetic field to overcome past accelerator limitations. The dual purpose of holding the heated plasma and preventing it from reaching the vessel's sides is served by this field. Minimizing energy losses caused by the magnetic field's ripple effect was the main goal. Efforts were made to shorten outward drift and prevent losses, indicating a relevant stride in the fusion reactor design, although plasma particles are restrained to the magnetic field lines. Tokamaks, on the other hand, boast minimal losses, a result of their symmetrical structure that eases magnetic field ripple effects. Stellarators face challenges such as small vortex motions and turbulence, both contributing to energy losses. The Wendelstein 7X strategically designed a magnetic field overhaul to minimize these losses, to bridge this gap, and to match Tokamak's confinement efficiency. Wendelstein 7X has achieved high-temperature plasmas and also clinched the Stellarator world record for fusion products at high temperatures using the best available heating equipment. The coveted values for burning plasma are remarkably close to this successful combination of plasma temperature, density, and energy confinement duration. In an attempt to delve deeper into this accomplishment, detailed analysis unveils those neoclassical losses claimed a significant 30% of the heating power, although turbulent losses were negligible at these elevated plasma temperatures. This emphasizes their importance in the energy balance of the system. Neoclassical optimization. An experiment explored the impact of Wendelstein 7X's neoclassical optimization. A fierce revelation emerged when applying the same plasma values and profiles achieved in the record-setting scenario to less optimized magnetic fields. It was rendered physically impossible when the projected neoclassical losses exceeded the input heating power. The unique plasma profiles witnessed in Wendelstein 7X are only feasible under magnetic fields with low neoclassical losses. This realization underscored, displaying how the Wendelstein magnetic field manipulation successfully shortened neoclassical losses. This serves as evidence of the sensitive balance and precision needed in magnetic field adjustments. Nonetheless, tokamaks suffer substantial disadvantages. An inadequacy for a commercial fusion reactor. Brief pulses of current across the plasma result from the use of a transformer. Disruptions may arise from sudden faltering of the plasma current and rapid losses of plasma confinement that release powerful magnetic forces, risking damage to the reactor. Newer designs such as the spherical tokamak are not exempted from these issues. Contrastingly, stellarators shine in stability. Disruptions are sidestepped in the absence of a circulating plasma current. Without the need for pulsing, external coils generate fields. This stability contributes to cleaner power generation, in addition to ensuring safety. The Wendelstein 7X differs from reactors that produce heat by breaking down atoms in controlled nuclear reactions, by laying the foundation for a stellarator reactor capable of running indefinitely without producing energy on its own. By 2028, Germany plans to have spent over 1 billion euros on nuclear fusion research. Soren Amalang reported to Clean Energy Wire that the German government is interested in pumping a massive amount of money into energy research to propel fusion into the limelight. Research Minister Bettina Stark-Watzinger of the Free Democrats states that fusion is a monumental chance to solve energy woes. With confidence, she affirmed that the real issue is beyond fusion becoming a reality, but more about Germany becoming a pioneer in this promising field. Stark-Watzinger revealed a huge support program recently, investing 370 million euros into current initiatives at the Institute for Plasma Physics, the Karlsruhe Institute of Technology, and the research center Jülich, developing a fusion-focused alliance with industry. This strategic investment aims to inculcate a joint fusion ecosystem that paves the way for a German fusion power plant at the earliest. According to the Research Ministry's recent paper, Germany already commands a leading position in fusion research. Furthermore, these investments are balanced to leverage that benefit, setting the stage for a revolution in sustainable energy. Stephen Dean, head of an advocacy group called Fusion Power Associates, told Nature that all these devices are still decades away from commercial fusion power. Due to the timeline and expense required to develop the technology, critics are doubtful that the fusion energy dream is possible. He proceeded by saying that since the motivation is immense and support is in line, he doubts a breakthrough is close by. An environmentally friendly source of energy is one of the best inventions that could be implemented in our planet, to mitigate the depletion of our ozone layer and make our lives easier in general. Hopefully, this innovation reaches full throttle soon, so that the whole world can become beneficiaries of this innovation. Whether the WX-7, the ITEC nuclear reactor, or the tokamak, either one will be a great addition and yield unrivaled functionality.
There are many strange phenomena out in space that easily have the human imagination in a chokehold. The first incredible phenomenon that has caught our attention is a strange dark sphere that has been recorded as it roams a bit too closely to the sun for comfort. Already, paranormal enthusiasts have speculated that this is an indication that there are extraterrestrial beings out there in the universe. This isn't the first time we have taken notice of this shadow, and even when it was initially detected, people were of the belief that it might be draining the sun of its energy. Then and now, NASA has asserted that this isn't the case. Instead, they believe that we might be observing something that is a natural phenomenon on its own. Nonetheless, this has been dismissed by those who insist on pointing out how strange these events are. Images captured by NASA's helioviewer have fueled the rumors that this peculiar presence must be sucking the life out of our solar system's power source. However, such assertions ignore the fact that objects similar to this strange shape have been found hovering around the sun. Nonetheless, speculations were always present. Some believed that these dark spots or bright shapes are simply cosmic phenomena or even anomalies, while others are hell-bent on using these occurrences as proof that there are others in the universe. As much as we'd love for there to be intergalactic neighbors in existence, we must focus on reality. In other words, when we take a look at the recently found dark object that's hovering around the sun, we must be careful before we jump to a conclusion. For now, all we know is that it's several times larger than our planet. Although it was only present shortly before disappearing forever, the discussions have refused to go away. Is this proof of extraterrestrials, or is this some roaming comet that came a bit too close to the sun? Some have even speculated that the dark presence was caused by a camera glitch. Regardless, it seems we will continue to have these discussions until there are more concrete explanations behind these bizarre events. For example, in 2016, NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory revealed footage showing a strange object as it was caught hovering over the sun. It appeared to do so in a straight line, before abruptly changing its course and flying away into space. This footage also displays large objects that occur during solar flares. These were explained to be intense bursts of radiation that are emitted from the sun's surface. Many have tried to find the rationale behind these events, with some theorizing that these objects are attracted to the energy released by the sun during these events. As these theories aren't conclusive enough to be accepted as fact, there are many ongoing studies that are searching for the truth behind these strange occurrences. Some have even suggested that these things we have been observing are proof of the human development of advanced tech. They believe that this is because of the fact that many first-world countries, such as the US or Russia, are developing advanced space technologies. Nonetheless, these strange sightings around the sun have fueled the fire that causes our human imagination to go haywire. Many want to cling to the fact that these sightings are proof of sentient life out there in the universe. Only time and the advancement of our technology will be able to confirm if these are simply natural incidents or if we might be expecting visitors from another planet soon. Can Pluto host life? This assertion might surprise you, especially when you consider the fact that Pluto struggles to sustain the status of even being a planet. Nonetheless, the recent discovery of giant ice volcanoes has made experts believe that the solar system's tiniest planet/non-planet may have the ability to host life, perhaps even more than some other planets. The recent discovery of these cryovolcanoes and the sludge that surrounds them is thanks to NASA's New Horizons spacecraft. This captured photos of Pluto's moons and the surface of the planet itself in 2015. Utilizing these photos, NASA and other experts were able to observe Pluto's surface more clearly, and this resulted in the discovery of the aforementioned ice volcanoes. Following the discovery of ice lava upon further inspection of the images, experts were able to conclude that the two peaks discovered in the images captured by New Horizons were indeed two ice volcanoes that had erupted. Interestingly, the eruption of ice water mixed with other substances is much different from the hot molten lava that we might be used to on Earth. This is a bit of a surprise because astronomers have been searching for these cryovolcanoes for many years in other celestial bodies such as Ceres, the dwarf planet, and Titan, one of Saturn's moons. Thankfully, the search for these cryovolcanoes was put to an end when they were discovered on Pluto. It is believed that these volcanoes were active about 100 to 200 million years ago, which means that they may still be active. The discovery of these volcanoes may also serve as evidence of the fact that the planet may have subsurface oceans, and this might serve as proof of the fact that the planet might actually be able to sustain life. However, there is still much that is needed for this to happen. For example, the planet's minus 380 degrees Fahrenheit freezing temperature, and the fact that there is a lack of continual nutrients among other things, is still a hindrance to the planet's ability to host life. Despite the challenges, this slim possibility for Pluto to host life is a massive development of the knowledge that we have of our faraway neighbor, the oldest black hole in the universe. For someone to say something is old in the universe must feel like a bit of a redundant statement because everything in this 14.5 billion-year-old universe is indeed pretty old. In fact, despite the assertions of several religious teachings, even our planet is about 4.5 billion years old. However, this doesn't take anything from how special a 2017 discovery was when they discovered what they believe to be one of the oldest black holes in existence. The black hole, which is known as ULASJ 13420928, is a massive black hole that is said to be 800 million times larger than our Sun. Located millions of light years away from our solar system, it is believed that the black hole is so old, it was around when only 5% of our solar system was developed, perhaps 690 million years after the Big Bang. As much as we are all stunned by the massive and ancient black hole, it is important to take notice of what else its existence may indicate. In fact, it's believed that studying the black hole may shed more light on how the conditions of the early universe morphed into what it is today. It's since been revealed that the black hole is accompanied by a nearby quasar, which is one of the brightest objects in our universe. This quasar is as distinctive as its partner as it is the furthest quasar that has ever been discovered by man. It is said that there must be a supermassive black hole in the center of every galaxy. Huge and imposing, it is believed that these black holes can be millions to billions of times larger than our Sun. Studies show that these supermassive black holes display brilliant lights as they consume local stars and any other celestial body within their reach. These events create our brilliantly bright quasars, and due to their luminous presence, these quasars are able to be detected from some of the furthest reaches of the universe. Do you want to know more about our universe? Why don't you like and subscribe so you can gain access to more content like this one? Looking at these discoveries, it tells us that there are many events occurring in this vast universe. Whether it's looming figures hovering around our warm star, the newly discovered ability of the smallest planet in our solar system to host life, or some of the oldest and most amazing presences in our universe, one thing that is clear is that we definitely aren't the center of our universe. The only way to fully understand what might be going on out there is to continue making new discoveries that we can study and understand. One day, maybe millions or billions of years from now, we might fully come to understand what is going on in our universe. That's it for this video. Feel free to explore our previous videos to get your mind blown. Until next time, goodbye.